Hi, everyone. Welcome in to Girls Run These Worlds. We're back with another sizzling, scintillating episode of Gently on the Wind, and it's going to be great. It's going to be wild, I think. I will be your storyteller for tonight, Optimus Prime or Jonathan. I use they, them pronouns. I am joined by an amazing cast with me. Let's start off with Anna.
Oh, that's me. Every show I'm in, I forget when I go first. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter and most other social media at Archival Dust Bun. And I play Liliana Blackthorn, who uses time magic that she sometimes gets lost in. It's fun times.
Awesome. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. My pronouns are she and her. I'll be playing Tina, and Tina uses water magic with some mimicking powers. So, very excited to see what happens after where we left off last week.
Faye.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Faye. I'm with Little Witch RP most of the time, but tonight I'm with Lovely Girls Run These World. And I play Avalona Aurelius, better known as Abby, who is, well, she's a bit of a quick start.
Arnica.
Oh my gosh, took me forever to unmute that stuff. Hi, I'm Arnica. I play Nora Glenn, your cutthroat bargain basement poison ivy. No, I'm so much nicer than that. I'm a hero. And also, no, don't worry about it. I have an adorable pumpkin. It's fine. I'm not in a portal. Things are going swimmingly for me.
And finally, Nox.
Hey y'all, I'm Nox and I'm playing Lucinda Morales, our I don't want to be here emotion construct magic girl. She is in the portal with her cat Hazelnut and is not having a good time. She does not want to be here.
The game that we're running is a magical girl academia game using the D10 Valor system, which is amazing. It's very open-ended. It's gonna be good to see our first combat and work our way through it as we go. But without further ado, are y'all ready to recap what happened last episode?
Heck yeah.
Okay, great, because I remember none of it.
Yep.
Where last we left off, Serafina gave you all the opportunity to gather your belongings and your things that you needed for your journey over to Aberdeen, where it was revealed that the headmaster of the school was sending all of you to investigate the occurrence of a wraith in the town. Making your way through the journey, halfway there, you were confronted by a pack of wolves, including one very large one, who was then revealed to be Lucille as the spirit of that particular forest. And all of you spent the night at a Glitter's cabin, which was a good time. There was a harpy owl. There was a dream sequence, two dream sequences actually, and we learned a little bit more about our characters then. After that, you finally made your way to the town. At that point, you encountered the innkeeper, Frank, who, after a very confusing and conundrum-y conversation, relinquished the inn to all of you for the night. And kind of just took off, did his thing. Serafina said that she was going to go explore the west end of town while you all gathered here. Kind of mid-exploration and mid-conversation, there was a big fog that appeared out of nowhere that seemed to sweep through the middle of the town. And as you all went to investigate, the party kind of split. Nora and Pumpkin went walking in the same direction that Serafina did. Nora paying attention to her journaling, Punky trying to eat the fog on the way there. The rest of the team looked for shadows or any person that they can see after overhearing the conversation in the inn. Finagling around, you guys all broke into the house of someone you have no idea who they are. And after an investigation, there was a cute little cat that turned into a ravenous kind of monster. And the party slung some techniques at this individual. The cat was okay, by the way. There was no harm to this cat. Big, strong boy. But mid confrontation, the front door opened, revealing a male, pretty tall, well built, and dressed very well, wearing a jade mask, kind of asking what you all were doing in the house, and then casting a spell which sent you all flying backward through the stairs up the portal to we don't know. So here's where we're going to pick up. Arnica. As you're walking through the fog, it finally occurs to you, kind of as you're pausing to write and think about what your entry is describing at the moment, that your classmates are not around you.
Now, this is vexing and perplexing to me. If I could follow Seraphina without looking up from my paper, where are they? How? What have they done? Did they try to tell me that they were going? Are they plotting again? And they tried to tell me they were on a plot and I wasn't listening because it sounded ridiculous. I don't even remember. I was busy writing instead of plotting. It's fine. They probably weren't plotting. They're probably just, they're plotting. Fuck, they're not lost. They're plotting. It's,
I have a question
So-
about Pumpkin.
yeah.
Would you say that Pumpkin is susceptible to magical energy?
No. Punky is actually surprisingly unsusceptible to magic. Like he's real vulnerable to physical. He's just a little shell guy, but magically he is a lumpy space princess.
Okay. As you're kind of looking around and very convinced that your friends are plotting something, there is a quick chill that kind of lands in the air, and very faintly you hear a phrase that is magical in nature, although you're not sure what it does, but it shouldn't be, it's not a common occurrence to see someone kind of using magic in a day-to-day basis like a town.
Okay. So that's between the chill up my spine and everything else. That's enough for me. It's absolutely transformation time because I am just now there's magic floating through the fog. Fine. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. So there is a soft rumble in the ground beneath my feet. In the cracks between the paver stones, little weeds turn into vines and they shoot up very quickly. They grab me by my arm, they wrap around my legs, they coil up my body. I just do one of these just to shh, and they pull me down into the ground. Just very, very fast, and just a second later, a flower pops up. Just a very large, energetic bloom. It is green, and it is a very pale whitish green. It's edged in blacks and pinks and neon purples. And it opens, and I'm there. And it's hilarious because my magical girl outfit is almost exactly the same. There's very little difference other than like some armor stuff. There are greaved boots that go up to my knee, but they still look like gardening boots. Instead of gardening gloves, instead of like delicate little gloves, there are gardening gloves with greaves that go up to my elbows. There's a heavy duty apron. It's all still white and rainbow edge, but there's a heavy duty apron with big old pockets. And I just step out of the flower and it just dissolves into petals and the ground is fine where I was.
Amazing. I love that. Yeah, there's just something off about the air currently. There was definitely magic being used, and you feel it in the presence. It comes from somewhere behind you. If you would like, you can use your intuition to get a more pinpoint.
Yeah, let me go ahead and roll that. Boop. Now I gotta go over here and see what that actually says. I got an 8.
Okay. Definitely from somewhere behind you, but it's hard to locate where exactly. But in the direction that because you kind of just took off in a straight line towards the west, definitely in the direction of where the inn was.
Okay. So, is Seraphina still around me, or have I managed to lose her too?
No, Seraphina's still ahead of you. She took off quite a bit of time, and then you kind of followed in the direction that she was going.
Okay. Is she within my eyesight, or have I lost her in the fog?
You've lost her in the fog. She's not within eyesight.
Okay. So, this thing, Seraphina's got this. Honestly, let's none of us kid ourselves. I mean, is it a wraith? Yeah, scary. Is it a wraith scary compared to Seraphina? No. Compared to the Starfall? No. We're here as like interns. We're here to bring coffee and stand there and look a little bit flashy and be very impressed after we take a couple licks and she comes in and saves all our asses. Like, we're here to learn not to actually kill a wraith, right? Of course we are. Yeah, obviously. So I'm not too concerned about Seraphina, but if we've managed to get separated because my classmates are plotting what I'm sure they think is a really great plan, then they're going to need the backup more than she is. So I'm going to go ahead and turn back towards the inn and head towards the sound of the magic.
Perfect. There's a specific roll here. All right, so I'll give you your choice. You can either roll aura or intuition. On your way back, there is something that may or may not catch your eye.
All right, I'm going to roll with my aura. And that's a 7.
Okay. Very faintly, towards the right of one of the houses as you're walking down the street, there is a glowing little mushroom that you know from school is pretty rare. Probably shouldn't be growing in this area, or this region, in fact. And it seems as if it has grown here. Either someone took a seed and dropped it, or like spores and dropped them, or there must be a close outcropping of them.
So that is enough to catch my attention. I've got Pumpkin up on my shoulder. He's holding tight with the vines, so I've got my hands free. I'm gonna head over and I want a sample of that. Like, it'll only take me a second. It's fine. No one's gonna die in a second, but this is weird. Look, this is weird. What if it ties in? Also, what if it doesn't tie in, but I can propagate it at home? See, it's a win-win either way. So I'm just gonna grab it.
I love Nora so much.
The little mushroom glows. It's a cloud sap mushroom. It is specifically used in brews that tie the shade with the normal world. It has been used in hallucinogenic brews. It has been used in sleep-inducing brews, kind of like dream root. And it just should not be here. This is a deep underground mushroom.
Okay. So I very carefully put it away. My pockets, my apron pockets are like a target is significantly bigger on the inside. I have a safe place for it. I get it in a little jar, tuck it away where only I can reach it. And I kind of look at Punky. I'm like, it's way weirder in this town than Seraphina said it was going to be. Something is extra not right, little buddy. He's just kind of very serious as a little jack-o'-lantern can be, as he's like, "Rrr." And I pick Punky up and I start heading, but with a little bit more deliberate stealth, back towards the inn.
Okay. As you're getting ready to turn around, since you went off the road to get this mushroom, down a series of alleyways that go on the backs of houses, in the distance you see the faintest glint of a shadow turn the corner, either into a house or like just around the house. But it is in front of you.
Okay. So by in front of me, technically, if I kind of head towards the shadow, then I'm also heading towards the inn.
Yes, yeah, but you're instead of using the main road, you'll be using the back alleys, but it's parallel.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna slide down that parallel side and come through this back alley.
Excellent. The rest of you, hi. After being sucked through the portal, you find yourselves inside what looks to be an abandoned house. There are giant cobwebs everywhere. It is dusty, it is gloomy, and most of all, it is like deathly quiet.
Can I ask a question off the top?
Mm-hmm.
How long do techniques last? Like, am I still big?
Yeah.
Okay, just fine. No. All right, then I'm assuming we all kind of collapse in here. Like, I don't think we go through the portal gracefully since we got blown through.
Correct.
So I guess I'll kind of lumber to my feet and start helping people get up since I'm real big, so I can just like grab you and stick you up.
You've already fallen on me once today.
Yeah, well, now I'm putting you back on your feet. I'm undoing what was done before.
Whose elbow
I
is
don't
that?
think that's how it works.
Sure it is. They can't fight. Do you want help up or not? And as you say, she's just gonna like pick you up and set you back on your feet.
Turns red and then purple again.
That's right, okay? You've got the mood changing.
I love your mood ring powers. They're so good.
Well, this isn't where we were before. For sure. What exactly is going on here?
I mean, this is an attic. Like, that could have just been like a really complicated, like, instead of having the ladder that pulls down from the ceiling, they wanted the magic for we could just be in the floor above where we were.
There was no floor above where we were.
Well, maybe it's a magic floor above where we were.
Could be a magic floor. It could be an illusion. The floor could be there.
Be a really powerful illusion for something
That's
so
what I was gonna say.
mundane.
I mean, so would an entire magic floor of a house and a
We're
portal.
already doing some weird stuff with all the money transferring.
Does anyone know how to go back to school?
Is there a door that I can see?
I was actually going to ask, is Abby glowing?
No, but I can.
It's very dark in here. All the windows are boarded up.
Cool.
It looks to be a very like a big mansion. There's no furniture. Things are broken down, dilapidated. But you have no clue where you might be. However, as players, I can show you where you're kind of.
Oh yeah, I love
enabling
meta
around.
knowledge. So
you would be in here.
wow. Okay, cool. So, what I will do then is, if it's dark here, I will once more kind of distance myself from everybody in a direction where I think would be, I don't know, forward mostly, not a wall. And I will use my scintillating spark. So my hands go out, energy begins to condense and then burst into flames of different intensities and colors to burn away the darkness of the area.
Okay.
And then if anything's in like a enemy in there, there's also other stuff there, but this is just burning away darkness.
You're like a human firework.
I'm a human fire a lot of things.
I'll put your meter up to 8 for that.
Hell yeah. Need to make a new meter. So I changed pages.
Around you all are a couple of rooms. From what you can see, there are beams that have fallen down. It's kind of marvelous the way this place is still being held together. But it looks like it's been untouched in forever.
Can I tell when the last people came through here?
Perfect. I'm gonna have you roll.
Okay.
Resolve.
Okay. So I'll kind of gently grab onto Abby's arm as an anchor. And let myself drift in the time stream 9?
Be good. Okay. You focus on the timeline of this room. There is powerful magic here that is disrupting kind of your normal reading. You really have to focus and sink down. Let yourself feel further, slip into the time stream just a little bit more than usual. But you get the glimpse of the same person that was entering the house before with a large burlap sack. They come in, turning a corner to one of the rooms, and then disappearing into a room full of smoke.
I will kind of coming back into the present. Down the hallway, that same man with the sack, there's a room full of smoke, or was full of smoke.
The one thing you notice that catches your attention is that the individual walks through the wall.
There's not a door, or there is a door and it's hidden. Follow me, and I will walk down there.
You all walk to the bottom left of the house. There's a large room. It looks to be like a master suite. And you look at the wall where this individual had walked through, and from your appearance here, it looks like just a wall. Which should come as no surprise as how the upstairs was magicked.
This is where he went through.
Can I reach out and poke the wall?
Yeah. Reaching out and poking the wall, your hand slips completely through.
Just withdraw my hand. Like, I really, really hope no one on the other side of the wall just saw my finger.
Well, they may be able to hear us if they did see it. So who's going through first? Maybe
I'll do
just
it.
take a peek.
I'll be ready to shield us if something's on the other side.
What if we just can I just tip my head through the wall and nothing else?
I don't see what you did it with your hand. I don't see why you can't do it with your head.
No, I'm asking the GM, like, this is what I'm. Can I
Yeah,
lean
absolutely.
forward and just kind of look into this room?
Yeah, looking into the room, there is a swirling vortex of kind of smoke and vapor here, just spinning around the room, obscuring your view into anything. And it's darker here than any part of the house, but it's still enough that you can see kind of like the wispy trails of smoke lingering here.
Okay. Is there any sign that there's anyone in here, or just this, like, cyclone?
Yep, just a cyclone. And this
Okay.
is like a glorified, like, closet, like a glorified walk-in closet.
Okay. Gonna lean back out of the wall and say, as far as I can tell, no people, but there's a smoke tornado in the closet.
I don't know that my spark can get rid of smoke tornadoes.
Let me take a look at it. I guess I'll stick my face through. Is it anything I recognize?
There is an enchantment of sorts that is rooting this particular smoke in place.
But I wouldn't know what the smoke is for. There's no indications or anything I've read or anything like that.
Probably somebody's using to conceal something in the room. Would be your best guess.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll kind of pull my face back out. I think it's being used to hide something. Like the smoke is concealing something. An enchantment's holding it there. We could remove it, but there's something there, probably.
Do we think the smoke is guarding something waterproof? Like, because water can tamp down smoke, but I don't want to destroy the thing we're looking for.
I can push the enchantment to the end of its time limit, if that's what we want to do.
Let's just be ready for whatever is there.
Okay. I guess I will step into this closet.
If
as long
she's
as there's-
stepping out, I'm gonna come with you and give you backup. Like, just stand at your back.
I'm also moving in. I would like to prepare a I would like to prepare to act if something becomes like comes out as like an attack. I would like to prepare to intercept.
Okay. Everyone that steps into the room, could you roll me a flat D10, please?
Oh no!
Yeah, sure. Totally.
Everyone but me! Hell yeah!
Oh no!
Procrastination pays off again.
Oh look,
Liliana and
Twins-
Abby.
twinsies.
I thought for a second Tina had it too.
Oh no.
Almost.
As Tina, your technique is fading and you're shrinking down to normal size, kind of adjusting yourself in the room, and your foot trips on something metal and heavy towards on the floor.
Are there bear traps here?
I'm just gonna like really slowly and panically like kind of crouch down and lean to look at / touch it.
It's a ring that you would use for like a trapdoor or a door in general.
I'm gonna pull on it.
It does not give, but you could be standing on the trapdoor.
Oh, okay. Can I hold on to the ring and just like shuffle my feet around while pulling on it to see if I can get off the door?
Yes, it does not give.
Okay.
What are you doing over there?
There's something here. A door, ring.
Is that what it's concealing?
Potentially. I'm gonna pull a little flame into existence in my hand. Not a full scintillating spark, but enough to kind of see if they're more than just the ring, and see if there's like any sort of locking mechanisms.
Okay. As you do this, I'm going to shift the camera back to Nora. You follow the shadow, and that led to a back door on one of the houses across the street from the inn. The individual that walked in, I mean, quite a bit before you, but there's a door here. You are welcome to try to see if it's locked or not.
All right. Now, how tall is this house?
This house in particular looks to be 2 floors. It's a 2-story house.
Okay. And are there any lights on either floor?
No.
I'm gonna peek in the closest window first before I try the door.
Okay. Could you roll me intuition for?
I got a 10.
That's exactly what you needed. So there is a measure of darkness that has been pressed up against the windows. Perceiving past that is a room that is filled with different colored coming from everywhere. It's a soft ebb and flow of glowing things as far as you can tell. They kind of differ in size more or less, but the one that catches your attention is the one in the back of the room. It's the same exact light that is emanating from the cloud sap mushroom that you picked up.
So there's just a bunch of glowing. I can't tell what it is through the glow. I can just see a bunch of glowing things.
Yeah,
like if I were to take my glasses off right now, I just see a whole bunch of glowing shit.
Yes.
So that's what I'm seeing is the world without my glasses. Take a guess. Gotcha. Joke's on you. I know how to do that. Okay. So do I see, am I tracking any movement that looks like it could be human?
There is no movement inside.
All right. Then since there is no movement inside, I'm going to go over and very carefully try the door.
The door is unlocked.
All right, I'm gonna pick up Pumpkin. I'm gonna hold him, nose to nose, and I'll be like, ready? It's gonna, all right, on guard. I'm gonna set him down, and he's gonna double in size. He's gone from being about this big to being a solid, 5-pound pumpkin, like a good jack-o'-lantern carving size pumpkin. the vines that make up his little nubbly legs that he walks on have divided, so now he's moving kind of squid-like on like 10 woven little vines. He has a lot. His range of motion is now better. He does that. Goes bloop, bloop.
Okay.
Attack punky.
Inside this room, I'm going to be placing you here on the bottom right of the map so that we can get some context here for a player. This room is filled with crystals kind of emanating from the floor, various plants that are just growing everywhere, things that you haven't even seen. Just everything here looks very expensive, rare, and cultivated specifically for a purpose. The entire house is empty, and what you do notice is kind of ahead of you towards your right, there is a teleportation circle on the floor with a glow that is slowly dying as if it was just used by someone.
Okay. So what is the likelihood that I know a spell that would let me try to track where that circle just dropped off? Like, is that something a 4th year would know, or is that something that like a professional would know?
You could tell that it's a teleportation circle, but there's no telling where it goes, where the other side is, unless you take it yourself. But it is, from what you can gather based off your studies, it's a personal teleportation that has been rooted in this spot. Usually you need an object of some sort so that you can kind of link both sides.
Okay. I'd like to see if I can identify the object that links it to that anchors this end of the portal.
Okay. Looking around, there's nothing of note other than there are boxes and bags that are made as if they're shipping whatever is growing here out for transport. But everything else is completely dedicated to the cultivation of all these strange plants.
Okay. So Nora's gonna go ahead and just gonna go ahead, give in. Let's take a look at these, because this is a very nice setup. This is almost too nice a setup for this area. Like, I'm not saying people can't have nice hobbies, but I am saying that this is, I don't know if you've ever seen a grow house, but if you've ever seen a grow house operation and you're like, oh, this is the difference between a professional and a hobbyist. I see. Gotcha. I'm getting that kind of feeling from it. Like, it's low key, but this doesn't feel like someone just fiddling around, not with these expensive, rare cultivars and all this shipping stuff. So I'd like to take a look around at the plants. Why?
Okay.
No, leave me alone.
You can roll me. So we're gonna do an observation check here. You can roll me your choice of intuition, aura, or resolve, and then you're also going to get a +1 for meter.
All right. Resolve is a 13, +1 is 14.
Ooh, okay. Looking around, you start to understand the species of these flora around you. One is the cloudsap mushrooms, one is harrow tongue, the other one is Molnir's thorn, and these are also used in brews that specifically deal with the shade. But furthermore, they induce a hypnotic state, where it kind of just, you don't feel anything. You become, quote unquote, a zombie. Looking around, and because of your role here, there is the smallest clipping of Sansetta, which is Dream Root.
Right. Well, if it happens to already be clipped, then that's not real. Like when you pick up a fallen leaf at Lowe's, that's not stealing, and neither is this. I'm just saving it. It would die without me. So I'm gonna pick up this little clip of Dream Root, which is not easy to get and almost certainly monitored for all of its various uses. Anything outside of medical circle. Why do you need this? You don't. Shame on you. Put it down. Not me though. I'm a scientist.
Perfect.
I just go ahead and I tuck it in my pocket.
It is at this point in time where you hear a loud thump resound in the room next to you.
All right. So I am absolutely gonna check that out, but not all bold and brash. I'm going to take myself up to the wall to the next room, and I'm going to listen. I'm going to try to put my ear up to the wall and see if I can hear what's going on.
You hear the conversations of Tina, Katie. You hear Abby talking to Lucinda, and the confusion of where they're at. But it's probably in the house next to this one.
Okay. So I came in through, so I'm gonna go ahead and just, I don't know who's in, I'm gonna assume that they're in that house by themselves, but just in case they're not, I won't knock on the wall. That'd be really funny though. I bet it would scare the shit out of them. No. There's missions. There's mission time and prank time, and they're not the same time. This is fine. I will not knock on the wall. It's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sneak out of this room and try to find the closest window to where I was hearing their voices. See if I can peek in.
So you're leaving the house like in the back alley again?
Yeah, because you said they were in the house next door. So yeah. I mean, this house was cool, but
okay.
See, I knew they were plotting something.
So the house next door, all the windows are boarded up from the inside, from what you can tell, and it seems to be abandoned. But it used to be a really nice mansion.
Okay. So all the windows are boarded up. That's fine now. Bless your heart that all the windows are boarded up. I'm gonna go ahead, and the great thing about an abandoned building is that before the bugs and anything else gets to it, then weeds will get to it first. There is, I promise you, something growing up the side. It may be lichen, it may be ivy, it may be a climber rose or some honeysuckle, but there is undoubtedly something gnawing away at the foundation, worming its way into the mortar, building a home among this fallen, decaying house. I'm just gonna look right over at it. I'm gonna be like, this way. And slowly the tendrils are gonna start twisting towards that window and worming themselves between the boards and the windowsill until they just pop it off.
Okay. As all of you are fidgeting with the trapdoor and trying to get this open, you hear the tumble of wood pop off from a nearby window in the same room that you're at currently.
I think somebody else is here. Faye, you're muted.
Forgot that I did that, but it happens so often. So Abby's gonna stand up and not saying too much because we don't know if this is friend or foe. first peek out, check to see that Lucinda is nearby, and then move towards that sound, just shield ready to throw out if necessary.
Lucinda's gonna follow.
Right. I'm gonna let you guys get like real close, ridiculously close to the window before I plant my hands up on the sill and just kind of heave myself up so I'm visible to like the waist up, going little feet just kicking out the windows. I'm like,
Nora,
where did you go?
Why
Where
didn't
did
you
you
stick
go?
with the group?
I was about to blast you. Gosh.
Am I coming in or are you coming out? Which one of us is in the wrong spot?
You're
You're
coming
in the
in.
wrong spot.
We found a
I'll,
door.
like, go to
Well, I
help
wasn't
Nora
listening.
in.
So I go ahead. I get in the window. Once there are some hands on me, kind of helping me not fall on my face.
Yeah.
It's far more graceful than the initial heave. I managed to get in. Punky just kind of lifts himself up on the vines. They grow real long, then they get real short again as he steps in. He shrinks back down. He's no longer on guard. He's like, oh, it's just them. Yeah. He's thrilled. He's so glad at y'all.
Coming back to the room, it was just Nora, Lil. Don't need to be worried.
I'm glad we found her.
I mean, technically, she found us. How'd you find us?
So I was following Seraphina, making my notes, and I looked up, and all of a sudden there was no one there. I don't even know when you got. I was writing. I was doing my work. I was making sure I would be prepared. And then none of you were there. And I'm like, I'll just turn around. They can't be that far away. And there was a creepy ass shadow dude. Like, you know how sometimes you try not to be suspicious because people might just not be comfortable. They might just be cold, but they just don't look right. He just didn't look right. Like Nora's on a full tear and so I followed him. Greenhouse, great greenhouse, right next door. Suspiciously great greenhouse with a personal travel circle. A little bit extra suspicious, like.
At the risk
How'd you
of
get
sounding
here?
a little bit stupid, where exactly are we?
Like we're right across. We're like right. We're like right down the block from the inn.
Forgive my spatial awareness as a player here. If we're down the block from the inn, where is that compared to where we started?
We're like across the street. If you look on the map, we're literally just in the bottom half.
Oh, I see. Oh, I do
Very
see.
short distance portal.
Yeah, it's all convoluted because they're doing some
Well,
shady
yeah.
stuff. As Nora speaks this, kind of pull the journal out, and we'll hand it over. I didn't understand any of the plant names in here, but it seems they were setting them out for lots of money. Maybe with the teleportation circle, there might be a connection. You might want to give it a look, see if you recognize anything in here that you've seen.
Oh. And I take that and just very eagerly, I pick it up. You see a small curl of something faintly bioluminescent growing out of my hair. It just kind of curls around like a little lamp over my head. As I'm flipping through, I'm like, oh, this is. I feel like someone is in a lot of trouble, and it's very funny because it's not me. I wouldn't personally want to be caught inside the Empire moving this much dream root, and all of these are used to invade people's dreams and occasionally control them, like very, very pliant, strong sleepwalkers.
Can it cause really strong, weird dreams?
Oh yeah. with some
Lovely.
effort.
Kind of terrifying.
Where did this come from?
The house next to the inn. I heard conversations and followed, and there was an office that we may have found this book in. Just didn't seem right leaving it there.
I know that feeling. And she's still just flipping through, checking for, are there any diagrams, any recipes or anything in this, or is it pretty much just a receipt log?
Yeah, it's a ledger of all the transactions that are going down, and it's all the plans that you've seen in that room.
Okay. So yeah, Nora's looking for anything else. It's essentially instead just the ledger. Doesn't have any of the information she was really kind of hoping it would have. But this in itself is valuable. One, because someone's going to need this. But two, it gives me a pretty good idea of the ratios people are using by the bulk amounts they're buying. So I make a note of that in my head, just kind of the ratios of some of these things. It's fine. And then I put it in my pocket.
How bad is it?
We should absolutely, I don't know if it should top the wraiths. Wraiths are more dangerous in the short term, but this is absolutely something that should be brought to Seraphina's attention and to many more people's attention. Very dangerous.
In the meantime, we have this trap door we're trying to figure out.
And at that, you just hear like a little bit of a banging noise as Tina's just not paying attention to the conversation anymore and is back at the trap door, just futilely like pulling at it.
And sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, comparatively, how strong is Tina compared to Abby? Like,
Tina's an acrobat. Tina's not strong.
I feel like you have to be pretty strong to be an acrobat.
As somebody who does circus aerial, you have to be very strong to do.
yeah.
Acrobats.
Okay. Fair.
Mechanically, though.
Fair. Mechanically, she's like, it's more like the muscles that are designed for like the core, not for the lifting things.
Well,
Don't
I'm
you like
kind
to
of
do-
not strong, but I'm thinking that, like, working together, we might be able to, like, not just Abby and Tina, but like all of us working together, we might be able to like brute strength this. Which
I was
I
gonna
will
say
be no help.
Lucinda can try to make a crowbar.
Oh, that's right. You can make the tools.
Can I try that?
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, does Lucinda make the crowbar?
Yeah, so that's I have to roll for that, or I just make it.
No, you could just make the crowbar. With everyone's help, easy enough. You get the trapdoor open, revealing a set of stairs going down into a basement that is lit. You can see the sway of torchlight kind of move around.
Oh, it's like, oh, there's someone down there.
If
It
a
is-
masked man comes out in a boat and starts serenading us, I'm running away.
It is definitely musky down here.
Who's going first?
Abby, she just kind of takes the lead because she's got that shield ability.
I will be right behind Abby then.
Right behind Liliana.
Right behind Tina.
All right, and I will bring up the rear.
Picturing
Okay.
this like Scooby-Doo style, like we're all tiptoeing down the stairs in unison.
Right?
Right?
With the pumpkin at the end, Slinking Scooby style.
It's so
Fish
pumpy as Scooby
species.
and a cat.
And a fish.
It's the one where it's You get the alien dog and her owner movie.
All right. Sorry. So who's at the very very front?
That would be Abby.
Perfect. Abby, could you roll me resolve as you
could.
press down the foot of the stairs, and the sight that you see is going to kind of not rock you to your core. It is eye-catching. It startles you and takes you by surprise. It is the moment where your instinct immediately goes, we are in over our heads, but I need to protect my friends. Coming down into this basement on the left-hand side, there are a number of wrapped up bodies that are just dangling, kind of like a meat factory, but they're just wrapped up in towels.
Be prepared, guys. It's not pretty down here. I'm going to stay on alert. The flames sort of lighting at my palms as I make sure I keep my powers ready to call upon the moment I see something that is like hostile.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Abby, you can feel Liliana behind you, almost kind of making herself smaller in the space behind you. But she's staying very close.
I think as Tina comes into sight, she's just gonna retch a bile onto the stairs. So that's just...
There's not a turn of the head, but if the camera was facing Abby, you just see the eye twitch, hearing the little retching.
So as Nora finally hits the bottom of the stairs and she kind of looks at this line of rat bodies. Now, is there any sort of movement from them at all? Any visible sign that they're breathing? Any twitching? Anything?
Some of them are moving very slowly, very lethargically.
Okay. Nora's going to very slowly approach but not touch the closest moving one. Just kind of try to observe it for a minute, see if I can figure out what the hell. And
it seems to be a person that is wrapped up and kept here, and they barely respond to your touch. Their movements are very lethargic. There is a sense of apathy, and there is a lack of joy significant in the room itself.
to be fair, this isn't really Party City, so I mean, double to be fair, I feel a lack of joy at Party City. Look at the wigs. I'm fine. So Nora takes kind of a breath and she turns around, and Punky is looking a little too interested as someone who's not moving. She's like, no, come here. He reluctantly leaves one of the very still bodies. So these ones that are alive, I'd like to try to, I need it to not, like, what's the likelihood it's gonna scream if I just check its face? Pretty high. I feel like the answer's pretty high. I'm muttering all this out loud, and I'm gonna turn and look at everybody and be like, what, the likelihood of them screaming? Pretty high, right?
I think we need to make sure there's no danger here first.
I actually think it's really low.
They seem kind of out of it. I don't think that they're gonna scream. Also, I hate to do this.
Oh no!
I don't think you do.
This is a lot to process. I'm pretty sure this is a moment where she doesn't feel as in control.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Get that roll.
Yeah. Go ahead and this is gonna be a resolve roll.
Oh god. Okay. Please be good. Oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Is anyone else scared? Is it just me?
So scared.
I'm just very on edge.
I'm telling you, Roll20 hates me.
Now you got this.
I just
The
love that
7 is
every time we have a
good.
problem that we don't need an evil entity for, that's when we get the evil entity.
Okay. So, can you describe how Lucinda was behaving? Like, kind of around the time that you stepped into the room.
She was kind of hiding behind Tina a bit. And then when Abby gives the warning, she kind of just freezes a bit. Everyone's going down. She's kind of still like hiding behind Tina until she retches. And when Tina like goes down, that's when Lucinda sees everything. And she just freezes. Because her like mind starts racing because this is so out of her element. She's like, the rapes were bad enough. This feels worse. And she's like freaking out. They don't know how to get out of here.
Okay. Lucinda, you get very quiet. You become very still. And then you feel, for a moment, as you're taking this in and you're processing, there's a morbid curiosity to call out for whoever's responsible for this. And it's a feeling that you cannot shake. It doesn't take hold of you, but it doesn't relinquish you either. If your entity were to come out, what would it do?
If it were to come out, it would probably spend like a decent minute or two posting. And like taunting everyone she's around. Especially probably somebody specific. Start taunting them, like being like, see, this is what happens. And then it would probably go find who did this to find the best way to do more chaos.
Okay. And that's exactly what happens.
No! Dang it! What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
The entity begins to take over. It is... I rolled a 7. It is a 50-50 battle here.
You're still in this, Lucinda.
Do I have to roll again?
So right now, the entity is... Your inhibitions are dropped. So you're not quite yourself, but you're not quite under the entity's complete control. It is like having no filter right now, is what's going on. You're aware of everything that you're doing, you're aware of your actions, but you have no filter.
Can I ask a really quick question?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say while this is going on behind me, if it happened while I lean down and retch, then Tina leans up and she's kind of wiping her mouth. She looks at Fifi, who can sense malice and evil. Is the entity enough taken over to set Fifi off?
Fifi would probably be in a ball right now. Yes.
So Tina stands up and she's wiping her mouth and she looks at Fifi, who is just inflated, and she's thinking, yeah, it's this room. But Fifi's not looking at the room. Fifi's looking behind her. And now I'll hand it back to Nox for what's going on.
So Lucinda can't like tell anybody what's happening. She's just like aware of what's going on.
Yeah. Right now, like you give no fucks. Like you have no filter. You can run wild right now.
I know who that specific person is.
Lucinda is just gonna like pat Tina on the back and move her out of the way. And just walk up to one of the bodies and, without even thinking, just pull down the wrapping and start like admiring it.
Lucinda, we're gonna check out for more danger. What are you doing?
Oh, this is lovely handiwork they did. Interesting.
Question here again for Nox. You said that we've all seen this happen to Lucinda before.
Yeah, once.
Once? Was it like this the last time it happened?
A little bit.
Okay. If Fifi's hot on your tail and this is happening, Tina's just gonna grab your arm a little bit and pull you back from that wrap.
Hello, dear.
You doing all right?
Oh, I've never been better. I've never felt more free.
Glad to hear it, that you're getting in the spirit. Maybe we might want to leave the poking at things to Nora, though.
I'm just admiring their work.
Sure, there's lots of clues to be garnered, but Nora's the expert here.
I think I know a little bit on chaos.
Oh, bad vibes, bad vibes. I'm sure you do. And
also, Lucinda's outfit is starting to flicker. Her hair and everything is starting to flicker between just green, black, purple.
I think maybe we should step outside. Just get some air.
Quick question, actually. So just because this is a new system for me. I have Valor. What does that allow me to do?
So you can spend your Valor for techniques that specifically require Valor for you to do them.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I was just wondering if I could do something to kind of help out Lucinda here.
I couldn't have done it without all of you. Thank you.
Well, we are friends, but I think we should step outside just for a little quick chat.
Yeah, the three of us can continue checking down here.
You really want to do that?
You know, I really do. And she's gonna take your hand and say, why don't we just step outside, okay?
Whatever you want, dear.
Perfect. She's gonna lead you up the stairs and away from these bodies.
Before you guys exit out, Abby just kind of not specifying either of you. If you need help, call.
Tina's gonna give you a tiniest nod. And we're...
She'll be fine, don't worry.
Don't like the way that was framed.
So two things happen here. When you pull down the wrap, the face of the individual is just gone, just somewhere else. In a
Like
dream.
zoned out, or like
Yeah,
they
like,
have no face.
In a dream, just
Okay.
It was about to be Pirates of the Caribbean all over again.
Yarby Barbosa. So yeah, they're just completely zoned out, in a trance almost. They're completely in a hypnotic state. They look gray, malnourished. It's not a good time. I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. On a scale of 0 to 10, it's like a -1. But as you're getting ready to leave the room, there's a voice that emanates from somewhere towards the center, specifically toward Lucinda, that says, "Such sweet emotion! I am going to revel in this dinner."
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I don't know what that is.
I think Tina was like leading like the first one on the stairs, and if we hear that, she's just gonna do a little sidestep so that she's between you and the voice now, and kind of pushing Lucinda up the stairs instead of leading.
So like I know that the voice came from the center of the room and it was directed towards Lucinda. How close do I think it would be to where I stand?
Pretty close.
Cool. I'm going to do a scintillating spark. So the flames on my hands, they get brighter, and then before my hands come together in that conical shape, they begin to spark outwards. I'm going to use my technique here. Let's see. That is a 14 to hit.
14 to hit aura. Okay.
Can we just have Faye roll for me from now on?
I was rolling so many natural ones earlier today. This is just, it built up. So, so that's 38 fire damage as it burns, and while it's bright down here, the area is lit up as all darkness is burned away in the blast of bright and colorful, intense flames.
You hear like immediately, and from the center of the room, there is a wraith that appears. The door, the trap door slams shut. Immediately, the joy and any happiness of the room is sucked. And before we roll initiative, I think this is a good
No!
I knew it!
I knew it!
this!
Yeah, I think we're gonna take a quick 15-minute break. Once again, we're using the Valor system for this. It's amazing. Check it out. We have links here. If you can, don't forget to sub to the channel. Everything helps us tell better stories. Make sure to hydrate, stretch, medicate, and take care of yourselves. And we'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Welcome back. We're back. We're ready for combat. Who's ready for combat?
Oh,
Whoop, whoop.
100%.
Let's go. We rolled
Me.
initiative on break. So we're just gonna kind of get into the swing of things here. The wraith is going is fully manifested now into the room, and you can see like tendrils of kind of the air shifting as it just sucks in emotion. And one of you is displaying all sorts. So we'll start with the top of the round. Tina.
Yes. Okay. Forgive me because I'm a little new to the system. So we're just taking a look here. Is it at all possible for me to like hold my action, or would it?
Yes, you can delay your action. Absolutely.
Okay, just because I think at this point Tina is more worried about the malevolent entity than she is about the wraith, but there's not a lot she can do about that at this moment. So I'd just like to hold my action.
Okay. Do you wanna delay it after Lucinda?
Yes,
or before
please.
Lucinda?
Yeah, after Lucinda.
After Lucinda. Okay, perfect. I will note that. That brings us to Abby.
Alrighty, so what I want to do then is I want to use my action to so one of my skills is that I can take cover, and so use my counterattack ability. So expending my attack action to prepare, and instead of preparing a damage technique, I'm going to prepare to cover, and I'm going to designate Liliana as who I will move into cover if an attack comes out.
Okay, cool. All right. Aryan, do you want to stay there?
Yeah, I'm just going to stay and wait.
Perfect. Okay. Liliana.
Okay. So we can move and do an action.
Yeah, so you
Just
have your
reference, okay.
you have a move action, you have your attack action, and you have a support action.
Alright. I don't want to leave Abby all by herself. So what I will do from where I am, looking at this wraith, Liliana takes her staff and pounds it against the floor, is what everyone sees. But to her, she's planting it into the stream of time that she's standing in. It's up to her calves. And it pulls threads up into the gears at the top of her staff that start to turn and twitch just a little bit. Her eyes flare, and the silver threads on her arms tighten a little bit. And I'm going to use my Strings of Fate technique.
Okay.
The eyes flare. I can see all of these silver threads connecting everyone. The one between Liliana and Abby, I think, is twisted in gold as well. It's just a little thicker than the rest of them. But I'm going to, looking at these, find the one that goes to the wraith, and kind of wrap my finger underneath it and just pull for this technique. So this costs me 2 stamina and 10 health to use. So as I pull on these strings, I am using my own life force to do it.
And is this an attack core, a damage core?
Yes.
What do I roll for defense here?
So it's intuition is what it is. And it's a 14.
That's a 7.
Awesome. So there is only one target, so I don't have to worry about multiple targets. So it does 32 points of energy damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I can reposition it. And it also heals me as I kind of drag it through time and space. Exactly how far is it? One position. If I had this up, then I turned to another page. Move up to 2 spaces. So I am going to shove the Wraith backwards 2 spaces using this thread of its fate.
I'll tell you what, because you moved it back and you kind of slammed it against the one of the big support beams here, I'll give you a Valor for that.
Awesome, thank you. And then I had one for starting the round as well. Makes me up to 4. Awesome. Yeah, so she throws it back and kind of steps back out of this pool of time again, and steadies herself.
Perfect. It is the Wraith's turn. It is going to go ahead and use Spirit Drain on... Who did it use Spirit Drain on? Lily, you're behind Abby. It'd be on you, Abby, because you're in a straight line.
Cool. I mean, I was ready to cover anyway, so.
All right, so this is going to be an attack against you, rolling aura here. That is a 15.
All right, and I do another aura against?
Yeah. So it'll be 40 damage minus your resistance.
All right, cool. So 4.
So how much was that?
It was 24 that I took after my resistance.
24. Okay. So you see the Wraith begin to heal up as it sucks away your spirit energy.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Lucinda.
Hi, so I'm still the entity.
We're gonna roll a D10, beginning of every round.
Every round? Okay, 1d10.
Okay. This is Lucinda.
Okay. Lucinda kind of snaps out of it, and puts like her hand on Tina's shoulder. And seeing what's happening to Abby and Liliana, she's going to go forward and how much did it take from Abby?
24.
Okay, she's going to go, you look like you need a soothing touch, and touch Abby's arm and use her soothing touch. Which means she has to make an entity roll again. I didn't think about that when I said it. I did not think about it when I said that.
No, this is perfect. I love it.
Alright, I rolled resolve.
Okay.
Okay, that was an 11 for resolve, please.
Well, I mean, it should swing it either way, so either you have full control or the entity does.
It's a natural 10.
No.
You. I'm so sorry.
Roll 20 hates me. Let me roll my own dice. I will send you screenshots. I hate roll 20.
Yeah, that's fair. If you want to roll your dice, you're more than welcome to.
Can I?
Yeah, you can roll your dice. I would just use roll 20 for the damage and stuff like that, just so I can see it.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay, so you, Abby, you're healed, and as you kind of go to look at the touch on your arm, and you turn around, you see Lucinda's one eye start turning like an emerald green.
So I saw that dialogue doesn't really like, because this is like super anime, we can have like those dramatic moments. I put my hand over top, and I reach out and take my hand and put it on Lucinda's shoulder as well. And I look, and we need her here, not you.
Can I respond as Lucinda, or do I have to respond as the entity? I can't fight it much longer.
Lucinda, I'm here for you. If you need me to fight with you, just call.
Say her eyes keep flickering. She has like that anime thing where she like clenches her fist close to her. She's like, it's so powerful.
But that was it.
Yeah.
Both of you take a Valor.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm on the bullhorn.
Okay. Perfect. Nora. Oh, I'm sorry. Tina, you wanted to go after
That's
Lucinda.
right.
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. So I think when Lucinda put her hand on Tina's shoulder, Tina kind of braced a little bit like, oh God, is this the entity? But then Fifi would have deflated. So it's like, oh, it's fine. Cool. Let Lucinda do whatever she wants. And now Fifi's back to puffed up. And it's just like, all right, this is going to be a day. This is just what my day is going to be, I guess. So she is going to use her action. What do we want to use my action to do? Oh, okay. There's the support actions. Are those only techniques, or are there something else I just...
So support actions would be anything that you're using, like boost or weaken cores.
Okay.
You can trade in a support action for extra movement, like for half your movement.
Okay.
You could also use it to remove a status effect, I believe.
Can I use it to remove a status effect of having a malevolent entity inside of you? Or like be out?
I see where this is going. Okay.
Out of here, Malice. No one wants you.
Okay.
Like, is that a status effect?
Go ahead and you roll me resolve, and then Lucinda, you roll me resolve as an opposing roll.
Right. And I guess as I'm rolling this, what is happening in our dramatic world is that Lucinda's already being rocked back by having had this conversation with Faye, and Tina is going to make a bubble like inside a water dome over the two of us, and she's going to turn Lucinda around and be like, listen, nothing outside matters. None of it matters. All you need to do in this bubble is breathe. Okay? Breathe.
Lucinda is gonna look and just start breathing with you. I rolled a 3 and I have a +5 resolve, so that's an 8.
I rolled an 11.
There's something about the water here that is creating a sense of peace. It's almost like being in a there's a word that I'm looking for, a something tank, where like you just float on water.
The sensory tank?
deprivation
Yes.
Yeah, that's
tanks?
it.
It's like being in a sensory deprivation tank. Right now, you feel like you're cut off from the world, and you're just ebbing and flowing with the inner like swish of the water.
Yeah, she's gonna start breathing, and her eyes go back to well, now they're red, and her hair and her outfit's just bright red. She's gonna start breathing and go, okay.
Okay. Tina's gonna look up down the red and say, we can work with that. And she's just gonna like push Fifi towards you, and Fifi's back to normal, but doing like the breathing thing. And if that's my support action, do I still have an action then?
Yes. So you still have your we use that as your support action. You still have a move action. You can move your full movement.
Full movement. Okay.
And you still have an attack action.
Great. If my movement is 4, I can't get that close to this entity, can I?
You would go 4 squares up, but how close do you need to be? A touch?
Pardon?
Do you need to be touching the entity?
Well, I only have mimic techniques, so no one's done anything that I can really mimic yet. So I was just gonna kick it in the face, but I can't get that close.
Yeah, it's too far away. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hang out with Lucinda, and we'll call that the end of my turn.
Okay. Perfect. So then Nora.
All right, so it looks like I have a move of 3. So I'm gonna go doop, 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 get myself in line with the Wraith. And so Nora's going to look behind at all the kerfluffle that's happening. There's a bubble shield, and Fifi is doing deep breathing techniques. Lucinda's red now. It's still just kind of hanging out there like, the fuck are they doing? I'm like, oh thank gosh, this is a magical girl thing, because we are. Golly, this is a lot. I run up the 3, and I reach in my pocket, and I tend to keep a bag full of voracious weeds. In particular, I have seeds for a very, very fast-growing kind of kudzu. Even more fast than the regular kind, and I throw that at the Wraith. So I want to use my my technique, the Hungry Kudzu, and it is a damage core, and the heavy green carpet engulfs everything, weighing it down to the ground. If it hits, it does 42. So let's roll that. Ooh.
That's a 7 aura for me. That hits.
Yay, that's good, because that was... Okay, that's a 10. The colors were not great. I couldn't see what happened. Alright, so what happens is, as Nora skids onto that 3rd square, she winds back and she just flings a whole handful of these seeds. And as they scatter across the floor, they immediately burst into these thick, voracious vines that, in a wave, just kind of sweep towards the Wraith, engulfing it and the pillar. And so it hits for 42, but it also binds it. I have to recheck every turn.
Okay, so it's rooted to the spot. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round. Tina.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm back. Oh no. Can we say at the end of last round that I had used my movement? Because
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great to be.
Yeah. So if you have, what's your movement? with your
4.
attacks? 4. So you have 4. It's kind of like a dash action too. You can trade in your attack action to move your full movement again.
Oh,
So
can
if
I
you-
have
it-
done that?
Yes,
Last time?
you could have gone in next to the wraith. You just didn't have any additional attack. But you can say that you start the turn there. Absolutely.
Great. Can I kick the wraith in the face?
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What do I roll to do that?
So you would roll in your attributes, your active attributes, whatever you would be using, either muscle or dexterity.
Yeah, let's call this a dexterity check.
Okay.
And then that would be -1 because I'm weak-willed.
No.
Well, you have 2 points of valor now.
Do I?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you get
one every
each.
round.
Oh, that's
One
right. I
every
get one each round.
Yeah.
Great.
Forgot to do
Okay.
that.
Yeah, so you should have 1 valor.
Great. So I'm not. So it's just a 6.
That's
Oh,
the
no.
16.
Oh no! No! I did not hit it. So this is just Tina runs at it to like make a spinning kick, and she just full on like doesn't even hit. It's just misaimed, misaligned.
Oh no, did you get tangled in my vine?
Yeah.
That's a good try. I'll try to slow it down for you.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's gonna be my turn.
Perfect. Okay. Abby.
All right, so I'm going to use my move to get up next to Tina, and as I do so, my hands begin to glow with the fire as I begin to conjure that up, and I throw it out to the wraith, wrapping around all of Nora's vines to kind of enhance them. And let's see how you handle this heat. As I use my can't handle the heat technique. With a 9. Hopefully it'll hit.
That's an 8.
Oh, shit. So it gains now the weak physical attacker. All strength and agility attacks are decreased by 6.
Perfect.
And that is my support action move, and I will use my attack action preparing a counterattack. That'll
Okay.
be it.
Perfect. And then your attack goes off the second that damage is dealt around you or to you.
So with my counterattack, just before they land their own attack, when an enemy declares an attack against you, but before any rolls are made, I may do the counterattack. But I also have cover, so I can use my counterattack to take damage as well as interrupt. So,
Perfect.
yeah, I'm all about stopping things in their tracks.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that. Okay, perfect. Liliana.
Yeah. For my support action, still having kind of a hold on that thread of fate between myself and this wraith, I would like to use Size Up, which is an active skill. And it's intuition versus either intuition or resolve. If I'm successful, I learn the target's current health, stamina, active attributes, and flaws.
Okay. So your choice.
Oh,
Intuition.
Yeah, intuition is what I'm rolling.
Is that a flat check or is that an opposed roll? It doesn't say.
It's intuition versus either intuition or resolve. So it's an
okay.
opposed roll. And I rolled very poorly.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
If it beats it, you succeed. So you learn. What do you learn?
I learned that current health, stamina, active attributes, and flaws.
Okay, so the current health is at 204. Their current stamina is at 30. And their active attributes are dexterity and aura. And then their flaws, they have none.
Well, they have one.
Oh, that's right. Weak attack.
They're just perfect. Yeah, so we'll call that out. We have a ways to go still, but they're really good with dexterity and spirit. Think about that when you're picking your techniques. I think I can help though. And Liliana will circle her staff above her, and a ring of light appears above her, and then a gear of light rings around this wraith, just outside of Abby's fire and Nora's vines. And I'm going to use daylight savings time to attempt to. 14.
6.
Awesome. Yeah, so the gear sets and then starts to turn and then grinds to a halt. And it now has impaired evasion as a flaw, which should make it easier to hit.
Kick it in the face.
Now kick it in the face. Yeah, so she doesn't staff held in front of. I can hold it for a little bit. Try and kick it now.
Okay. So 80. That drops it down by 6. Okay, perfect. Let me just write that real quick. All right. Which brings us to the Wraith's turn. You hear it kind of just whisper, "Feed me your joy. Let me feast on you." And it is going to make a support action targeting Tina, but it also has a blast radius of 1. So Abby, you would be caught up in this as well. So that is going to be a 14 aura.
What do we roll against that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so at the bottom of the defense would be your aura.
Oh, my aura defense. That's right. Let me actually roll that right.
Oh,
It-
defense. Oh, I see. Okay. There we go. It wasn't much better.
Okay, so you both suffer the flaw energy vulnerability.
Okay.
cool. Great.
Cool. Great. Good. Great. Awesome.
I've got that pulled up here. So, resistance is reduced by 4. Lovely.
Fun.
So that is a support action. It is going to use. I'm going to use Shade Touch against Tina, since you're right in front.
Okay.
I've got my counterattack
Yes.
ready, so just be prepared.
Okay, perfect. So that is going to be a natural 10, 16 aura.
I cover and I take that damage.
Ooh. So you just take the damage completely?
Yeah, so I throw myself in front of an ally taking a hit that was meant for them.
Okay, perfect. So you would take 36 minus your resistance.
Cool.
However, there is a persistent effect on this. So it's going to attack in the same area for the next 2 turns.
Cool. If I have its counterattack prepared, I can use that when I do my cover skill, so I can still release my scintillating spark as well. So let me do that stuff first. So 36. My resolve is, or my resistance is, and then add back 4. So 24 damage again. Lovely. And then what was the persistent effect?
The same attack is going to hit in that area for the next 2 turns.
Sounds great.
So if you move, you'd get out of it because it's just
Right.
it's just wherever it's rooted.
And then for my scintillating spark, again, you all see the burst of energy and fire right upon the creature. And this also has a blast radius, so I don't know if it'll hit Tina behind me since it explodes outwards. But
You can shape it. Oh wow, okay. So no, that's a failure.
that will be 38 points of fire energy damage straight at this creature. And any darkness in the target area is also eliminated.
Okay.
Damn it, hothead. I mean, thank you and awesome, but also damn it.
We're in this together.
Yeah, together, not just you.
Which is why you need to stay safe. I can take the hit.
I can also take the hit. I'm tougher than you think I am, hothead.
Which means you need to last longer than I do.
Means you need to last long enough to get the fuck out of here with all the rest of us.
I'll make it out. I always do.
Yeah, you'd better.
All right, so that's my counterattack prepared.
Okay. The wraith is going to stay exactly where it's at, and we'll move to Lucinda.
Okay, a lot just happened. So, I am still by the freaking stairs!
Yeah, you are.
No, wait, I moved because I moved to go touch Abby.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm closer to,
You'd be like around here.
yeah. Okay. I cannot get to the wraith from there, can I?
What's your movement?
My movement is 3.
So you can use your movement and your support action to move 4.
And my support action? Okay, then
Yeah.
I'll do that, move 4. Does that get me to the wraith?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get to the wraith. And I am going to say I could do that, but then I'd have to roll again. I'm pretty sure everyone's sick of Malice right now. No, okay, we'll be good. I'm gonna use my Eldritch Scream, so she just screams at the wraith, and it's rolling my aura. So I'm gonna roll. That's a 7 plus 5 to hit, so that's 12.
12. Can you also roll me a d10?
Are we still going? Wait, am I still fighting the stupid entity? Because if it is, can I change my attack?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to roll. I want to do a different roll. I'm going to go up and look. So it looks like you have some malicious intent, and roll my aura, so it's still a 12.
Okay.
And I will roll that d10 for you.
So you rolled a 12. It rolled on its aura defense 8.
Okay, so that deals 25 energy damage, and on a hit, it's going to take ongoing damage equal to a third of that initial damage for the next 3 turns, and it's immobilized.
There is a portion of you that shapes and warps with malicious intent, and this creature, a creature of the shade that is around to feast on the greed and the avarice that humans have. They feed on joy, on happiness, things that just give them life and energy. And your entity is almost opposed to that natural order of things. And you see that your attack does a lot more than you think it does. As cuts and kind of just tears start appearing through the spirit form of it's like flesh or clothes, whatever it's wearing, like just cuts and tears start to come all over it. Nora.
All right. So, I'm gonna start by moving a little bit closer. I'll move. I can't. Okay, that's only 1, 2. Okay, cool. So I'm only gonna move 1 square, and then I'm gonna take Hunky off my shoulder. I'll be like, "You ready?" Super excited. He hops up and down. I just kind of roll him like a little grenade. Like, let's go. And I'm going to use Vine Whips like a Pokemon, but not. It is Hunky's companion action. It uses a damage core. I literally can't see what that is. That's 6.
That is an 11.
Alright, so bless his heart. He tries. Hunky tries real hard. I roll him and he gets a little bit tangled in them vines and all the kudzu, and his own vines come up and they start flailing, but they never quite, they're snapping. They definitely are flailing away, but they never quite reach up high enough to hit the wraith. He forgot to inflate as he rolled. He's very young. We're working on this move. I just gotta stand there and put my hands on my head and go, oh. And so I'm going. Yeah, he's trying his best. I still have a support move, right? I do. Do I trust it? Nah, I'm good. I am my turn. I don't need it.
Okay. Tina.
Okay. All right. So for Tina's action, that thing the Wraith just blasted us with, was that a technique?
Yeah.
If I shoot it at the Wraith right now, would I hit all my allies?
Which one? Despair or the Shade Touch? Both of them are 2 techniques.
The Shade Touch, the one that did damage.
Shade Touch, yes. That is single target.
Single target?
Mm-hmm.
Shade Touch, yeah, that was the one that Abby jumped in front of Tina, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna, Abby's still in front of me, I'm just gonna move her to the side and back a little bit. And then I'm gonna look at this thing that hit Abby and I'm gonna say, yeah, well, anything you can do, I can do better. And I'm gonna blast it with water right in the face, but that water is gonna carry with it the Shade Touch. And I don't know how much stamina that took from me.
So you copy the amount of stamina that the technique uses, so it'll be 5.
5, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do I need to roll?
So it'll be Aura.
Aura, great. Do 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 do. Oh, not that great.
That's a natural 1 for me.
Woo-hoo. Blast it.
All right, so you do 36 points of damage, and it is going to take continuous damage for the next 2 turns.
Right. And on that reminder, with my movement, I'm going to step out of that spot I was in.
Okay, awesome. Abby.
All right. I will again move first out of the area to turn back. Actually, no, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to stay there. I'm going to turn, and as I do so, fire that was wrapped from the hand can't handle the heat sparks out towards Tina and wraps around you, as I'm going to use my support action to nullify and get rid of the energy vulnerability.
Ooh.
I need to make a roll on that. So I will make this with aura, and it will be against the attribute used to initiate the effect.
Okay.
So. Oh no!
That was a 15.
That was a natural one. I tried. Oh man. Cool. That just cost me 5 stamina.
Oh no.
So that's my support. And then I have my counterattack prepared. As I turn back my attention and have the flame flickering at my fingertips for the scintillating spark. Potentially. Depends on what's going on.
Okay. Lily.
Yes. As my support technique, doing a very similar thing. She it's kind of as she's going for other technique, her hand brushes across the gold thread that's between her and Abby, and there's a warmth that runs along it, and I'm going to attempt to nullify to remove the energy vulnerability that you have.
We love a power couple.
12 on my intuition.
That's a 10.
Awesome. Yeah, so it runs along it, and I see it kind of glow a little bit, but nobody else does. And it just kind of shatters that effect. Then I'll plant my staff again, and the gears turn again. And I'm going to turn back time. I will center this as blast one, so I will center this on Tina, and it'll hit both Tina and Abby. So a kind of bubble of time appears around you, and the wounds that you've taken reverse. They heal, they go back, and each of you restore 19 health. Oh, this is a support action. Did not realize that. Can I do a support action technique instead of an full action?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
you can trade one. Yeah, for sure.
I didn't notice the tag on that. But yeah, so you both restored 19 health as your wounds disappear because they didn't happen. Let's keep fighting. I think we're almost there.
The Wraith is immobilized, but it is going to attempt to spirit drain Nora. That is a 10 for Aura.
All right. So I roll aura defense.
That is a 6.
I'm going to cover with my counterattack.
So it'll be 40 points of damage minus resistance.
All right, cool. And I don't have that -4 anymore. It's 24 again. That's just all the damage I'm taking, guys. It's 24.
How much is your health now?
I'm at 73 out of 110. I will ask that if I reach a critical health point to be alerted, because fun things happen for me there. But yeah, so I take that, and since I now stand in front of Nora taking that hit that was meant for you, I again release that burst of colorful fire. And this is going to be my scintillating spark -2.
It's a 9 for me.
All right, that is 38 fire as the energy goes forward around the wraith, burning away any darkness around it.
Cool. I think it's going to do something here. Just want to make sure that I could do this.
You're the GM. You could do anything. I will say, I don't know how low it's getting. My scintillating spark does have a mercy limit. It cannot reduce a target down below 1.
Okay. Perfect. Nope. It's gonna end its turn there.
Cool.
Lucinda. You wanna roll me a D10?
So my resolve's an 8.
Okay.
Oh, get a malicious entity, you thought. It'll be fun, you thought.
Hey,
I'm kidding, I love it.
That's a natural 1 for me.
Oh, thank God. Alright. Also, the Wraith is still taking a third of 25 damage. Okay. So with that, I'm going to have to keep battling this entity throughout the battle.
Maybe.
We love when our GMs put the fear of everything into us. Okay. I am going I am going to okay. I'm going to use malicious intent again because I might as well. I'm already rolling for the freaking. So I'm going to roll 1d6 to hit. 1d10. Sorry, I know math. That was a 4 plus 5, so that's a 9 to hit.
For what attribute?
Aura.
It's a natural 10, 16 for me.
Okay. Yeah. And I roll a d10 again?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is fine.
You
were supposed to be better. Okay, no, that's good. That's better. It's a 12 now.
12, okay.
Come on.
It's a 9.
Okay. I really hate this. Oh, and I have support action. Screw it. Why not? I'm going to... Lucinda's going to start box breathing, and it creates a barrier around Tina. A barrier of power of 1. If someone tries to move through, like, maliciously, they take 6 damage.
Ooh, okay.
We love a violent barrier.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and I can move. I'm gonna
Yes.
move away. I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move back. Actually, a little bit closer to Tina.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, Nora.
All right. So let's take it. Oh, why are you so big? I was trying to check something and it sent me to a terrible page for no reason. So now if I wanted to try a physical attack instead of one of my special techniques, how would I do that? Can I do that, or do I need to?
If you just want to roll like a regular physical attack,
Yeah, if I just want to, you know.
it'll be the active and then muscle.
Kick it in the face.
You know what? Nora's gonna reach in her very big pockets and she's gonna pull out a small truncheon. Yeah, one of those things like she was reaching for a shovel or something and she's like, this will work. And she's gonna dart in on it to scoop up Pumpkin and just real quick, just pow! Like on the downswing, she's gonna hit it as hard as she can, come from downtown, pop it from the head, and while leaning down, scoop up Pumpkin.
Oh no!
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I also rolled a 4.
Oh,
So you hit.
2 natural ones. What?
What? That's very funny. That's very funny for us. So yeah, it's not graceful. It's kind of ugly, but it hits. It gets the job done. I may stumble a little bit trying to get my Pumpkin out and backstep, but it happens. He gets a little wallop. Now, how do I know how much damage that does?
So damage is going to be 7 times your character level, I believe. Times 2. So it'll be 14 damage.
All right. And so I had to use my... I don't know where I am.
Oh, you went all the way over there.
I know, it just jumped me all around on the screen. Please help. That's not where I was.
Here.
So I
I'll
ran
put you
like
down.
right in on it. There we go. Yeah, you moved me.
Okay, perfect.
And let's see. So that's my movement. That's my attack. But I do still have a support action. Fork, shush, cat. Shh. No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Because he's really kind of holding still. It would be more useful if he was moving. Oh, and there's one down.
Okay.
All right.
So that brings us to the top of the round. I think by now everyone should have 3+ Valor. So remember that you could also use your overdrives, which just add some more cool things that you can do.
I've reached 6 Valor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ew.
Tina.
Yeah. All right. So with my turn coming again, the wraith should take damage again since it hasn't moved.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Correct.
Great. And then honestly, I just want to blast it again.
So let me see, how much damage is this taking?
Unless it's only at like 2 damage, then I want to kick it in the face.
36. It just attacks. So it attacks again in the same area at the start of your next 2 turns.
Oh, I would
Um,
have been in there, so I would have taken damage. 'Cause I didn't move.
Oh, okay.
Oh damn.
The 36 minus resistance.
So that's 24.
Oh god. Oh god. What?
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Cool.
did I just get hit by something?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I would.
Okay.
What? Oh no.
I'm in the area of effect because I moved like adjacent. So like I was there when my turn, and then I moved.
Is there anything I can do to help you? I really don't think so.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Mm. Well, in that case. Okay, then I'm not gonna do that as my attack. That thing that Lucinda did earlier that gave health. What was that technique, Nox?
My soothing touch.
Yes.
It's called soothing touch. Do you have to have the same limits though? Because it does trigger a malicious
Oh.
entity.
GM, what happens if I try to copy something that Lucinda does?
Do I have to roll for my malicious entity?
Do I set her off if I try to
Tina
heal something?
Yeah, that sounds right. Let's roll with it. Let's go.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, no, we're gonna make this real dramatic and cute. So I'm gonna look at where Abby just got hit by my thing that I did, and I'm like, oh no, but wait, Lucinda healed her earlier, and I'm in Lucinda's bubble. This is it. I'm gonna channel my inner Lucinda, and it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna like make eyes with you and be like, look at this. I'm learning from you. We're connected in this moment, and I'm gonna touch
Trigger.
Abby to try to restore her.
You
Okay.
restore 16 health.
Great.
And it costs 0 stamina.
Oh, cool.
Because it triggers my
Would you like to
malicious
make? Would you like to make me
Yep,
a me
yep.
roll?
A what roll?
A malicious entity, a me roll.
Oh, okay.
A me roll?
That's a 9.
I'm gonna get Taylor
9.
Swift going.
Sick. Great. Let's do this.
I really hope
Oh,
I
no.
set you off, to be honest. I think that would be real funny.
So, all
It
right.
would be you.
All right. How do we do this? Okay, so this malicious entity starts to completely take over. The battle has been a tug of war up to this point. Tina, you're caught up in the moment of just using the technique and healing your friends, and everything is happening so quickly that you don't notice at first. In fact, Lily, you're the only one in the back that would be looking up, and you would be seeing the small transformation of power kind of emerge from Lucinda. There is a moment where kind of a solitary wing opens up and then immediately crumples into nothing. And there's small changes, small aberrations that are happening all around. Lucinda. What is one thing that would tie you to this moment right now between you and your friends?
I think because the next thing Lucinda was gonna do was gonna use that to heal Happy. Like she's like about to reach forward to do it, and as she sees Tina safe in the bubble as she made for her, like reach out to do the same thing and like look at her with like this like, see, we're friends, we got this, teamwork, I'm learning from you, it's all good. And she's just kind of focusing on like that somebody's actually like looking at me like I'm not scary, even though I've kind of like hulked out like 3 times in the past like 2 minutes.
Your vision narrows, and there is an overwhelming sense of darkness. Once again, the voice appears, and it's almost as if you're kind of pulled away into a different room. Everything looks so far away. Even the friends closest to you look to be miles away at this point. Do you see them? Weakness. They are holding you back, Lucinda. But don't worry. I have the reins now.
Give it back.
We will resolve this issue. We will take care of this insignificant wraith, and they shall know your true power.
You're just gonna make it so I can't give you anybody.
Then I will be here for eternity. Don't worry. We will be the best of friends.
Please don't.
What is your strongest attack?
So for damage,
Mhm.
malicious intent is my strongest attack.
It's a single target?
I don't like that.
It looks like it. It doesn't specify, but it says to the target.
Okay. Roll me 1d4.
1d4. Do you want me to roll it in roll 20?
Wherever you like.
Okay. That's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. It's a 3. Okay. Roll your malicious and intent.
That's a nat 10.
Abby, roll defense.
Oh, I would like to spend 3 valor
Yes.
to overdrive sudden action. Seeing this aimed at Abby, I plant my staff and I will turn back time to heal her to try and abate some of this.
This is a aura defense, yeah?
So you
Or-
restore
Yeah, this
19
is
health
Aura.
19 health restored.
before this hits, yeah.
Time once again unwinds. You heal up. And the attack comes and blindsides you.
What is my damage take?
You are immobilized and you take 25 energy damage, and you will take ongoing damage equal to a third of the initial damage for the next 3 turns. So the 3 turns after this.
So 25, and then my resistance, and then I'm immobilized.
But it costs 0 stamina.
All right, cool. I'm not doing so bad. How long does the immobilize last for?
It doesn't say.
So
Oh.
it lasts until you use your support action to overcome it.
Okay, cool.
Also, don't forget that you have Valor.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I do. I have 6 valor. Cool. All right.
Okay.
I will keep it.
Nox, is there anywhere you want Lucinda to move?
That I want Lucinda
Yeah.
to move? Or that Malice would want Lucinda to move? I think Malice would want to move the tower over Abby.
Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
No, I feel like if we create the techniques, could we also take them away?
What do you mean?
Would Malice be able to take away the barrier that Lucinda created for Tina?
Probably, yeah. You would drop it at will, sure.
Malice would probably take away the barrier.
Tina is just flummoxed because she, as far as she would know, her back was to Lucinda. She was healing Abby, and then suddenly Abby is now like writhing in pain with this. I don't know what effect it's having on her. And then the bubble just pops. And before turning around, I think Tina's going to assume that the Wraith has killed Lucinda. Like, that's the conclusion she has come to in her head.
Okay. All right. Wow, it's a lot happening. Abby.
Yeah, so now that so I can trade up. So if I sacrifice my attack action, I can do 2 supports, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to use my support to overcome the immobilize. Using I believe I can do my nullify on that, yeah? Or do I just overcome it?
So you're gonna use your support action to overcome the immobilize, yeah.
Yeah.
1 second.
And then I will then push aside any protective that I've been doing, and I just go up to Lucinda, who Malice is showing. I can see the change there. And instead of bowing to the intimidation effect, instead of having this fire turn into a tension within, I rush in and I tightly, fiercely hug Lucinda, and just next to Lucinda's ear.
So here, this might change your plan. So immobilize, you can actually end a condition by just using your move action. So you don't. It's like getting up from being prone, but you would just use your entire move action to overcome it.
Yeah, so I'll do that. And I'll still probably end up staying so that way I can, because like even though it's like right there, but so I'm not planning on doing an attack here. I'm only planning on support stuff. So as I pull in Lucinda close, in this fierce hug, just calm. And as I say that, I am going to burn bright, and the fires that I control go outwards, and they become this warmth of like a hearth that reaches out beyond just Lucinda to everyone that's in a 1 move spot of me, as I will restore 16 health to them. As I cast my Burn Bright technique to allow my allies and friends to feel the fires of their spirits burn intensely and continue on with this fight.
Okay. Very sick.
That does not, it doesn't affect me. It only affects my allies, by the way. So I don't take any healing from that.
So Malice doesn't like this at all. Like, at all. But there's something about your friend's passion and determination to keep all of you safe that seems to break through that darkness that you're in. And for the first time in this entire match of tug of war between you and the entity, you can see the other side. It's almost there within your grasp. Liliana.
I think as Abby moves in to hug Lucinda, probably catch out of the corner of your eye Liliana's face just in fury, like about to attack Lucinda and this entity. And she pauses when you hug her. and kind of sets her jaw and turns back towards the wraith. But I am first, not even really looking in that direction, but just kind of glancing, stabbing my staff down, and I will, running low on stamina, I will turn back time, centered on Abby. It has a burst 1. And that heals 19 hit points. So everyone who is around.
And
Abby.
Nox, you said you would you be moving here, like on top of Abby? Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that would hit you too.
It should hit Nora as well.
No.
Yes.
I haven't actually taken any damage though, but I appreciate the thought.
There's a
I
slight
actually haven't
bruise that-
taken any either.
I think
Well,
only Abby has taken
only
damage.
Abby-
Abby
Abby
keeps
has
taking the damage for everybody. So
You
I
have less HP than me.
My build
You
is to
have
take
way
a
less
shield
HP than
and
me.
get into critical health. That's what she's built for.
It's
The way-
very concerning that you have 110. I have 175.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
took
at
a flaw.
160.
I took a flaw.
Yeah, but that goes off. So Lucinda does not look like she's attacking Abby anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then I will not hit you with this attack. Because it has multi-targets, so I could have. But again, since Abby seems to be dealing with that just fine. So I'll look back towards the wraith and again grab that silver thread between us. These strings of fate. Ooh, that's an 8. Ooh.
Say 14.
Yeah, I think I turn back towards the wraith to do that, but I think I'm still half looking at Abby, watching that situation, distracted, so I don't quite get a good grasp on it, and it slips out of my hands. Unfortunately, I still take the 10 damage, because it pulls on my own spirit to do that, and I do not heal because I didn't hit. So that is unfortunate. But okay. I will call out to Abby. Is everything okay up there?
I think I've gotten through. Lucinda, you're here with me, right?
She's not completely there yet, though, right?
You hear Abby's voice. It sounds drowned out in a way you can focus on it.
Abby, help.
I'm here for you.
You need me, Lucinda. Do not turn your back against me.
You are so annoying. Shut the hell up.
Lily, do you want to move or do anything else?
I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I think I may have the most health in this party, which is weird because I have the lowest defenses. Oh yeah, I'll stay where I am.
Once again, it's going to use its support action to cast Despair, targeting Abby, also hitting Nora and Lucinda.
Bye.
So this would be a 15 aura.
For a defense, come on. We got this, right? Nope.
So we roll our
Yeah, you roll aura defense. It's at the very
How?
bottom. At the very bottom, Lucy. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, like,
All right. So all of you fail. So you're all you suffer energy vulnerability. So your energy drops by 4, I believe.
roll
Yeah, it's 4.
Wait, my what drops by 5? I was sulking. I didn't hear you.
Your resistance from your statistics drops by
shit.
4.
And now it's a 13. Yay.
And then it is going to make a it's going to use Shade Touch. It's going to use it on Nora. That is a 13 aura. 7. So you'd be taking 36 minus your resistance.
36 minus my resistance, which is now down to a 9.
The Wraith is frustrated and desperately swinging at everyone, but it is pretty badly hurt. Lucinda, you have a moment where you feel you're once again about to reach that tug of war with your malevolent entity. But there's just something inside you that just snaps and says no, and you stand your ground, and around you that emotional turmoil that you have of creating just energy kind of shatters as if like you break out from a shell. You are back to normal.
Yay! Okay, no more me using moves that are gonna make me use them. Alright, I'm gonna kind of like come back to myself a bit and be like, okay, I think this is the last round where it would do that, but it would take the other 1/3 of 25 damage. And I'm going to use that Eldritch Scream, or actually, earlier I saw it do like something called Spirit Suck or something.
Spirit Drain. Mm-hmm.
Spirit Drain. Can I mimic that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yes.
remember that Abby's in the way.
I mean, if she
I'm gonna
turns,
move over Abby. And then,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use
Yeah, so it'll be your rolling aura.
yeah, so I'm gonna use my my imposter syndrome.
A good technique name.
I love it. That was a nat 10 plus
Hey,
5.
yo.
How much stamina did that cost me?
5.
That's
No,
okay,
sorry,
'cause
6.
I haven't used any this entire time.
Pretty good. So
Oh wait, no, I used one.
you deal 40. I can't believe I rolled a 14, just one blow. You deal 40 energy damage, minus its resistance.
Okay.
So you'd hit 26, and you heal up 26.
Awesome. And how much had it dealt earlier?
so it
The
26 was the damage.
Yeah.
Because it was
26.
40 and then into the resolve.
Yeah.
Or resistance, not resolve.
Oh god, this game blows math. Oh, I'm only down 1 health. Thank you. Okay.
Pretty good. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Okay, that was an attack. It's been one turn, so I'm gonna use my support action, my box breathing bubble around Nora.
Okay.
And I removed, so yeah. I'm just like hunched over, like breathing, like, okay. Box breathing.
Why am I in a bubble? What does that do? I'm so confused.
It's a barrier. It's to protect you. It has 1 power.
Okay, so it's
And-
not like my barrier that's all thorny and will hurt someone if it pushes through. I'm not gonna get whacked. Right?
No, you'll be fine. It's meant for you to be fine, but if anything tries to get to you, it will take 6 damage.
Okay.
We all have violent barriers.
And it's just like, it's Lucinda's tired, so it's just like dark blue energy around you as her outfit, her like mood ring attire changes again.
I
Amazing.
just popped myself real hard with that ruler. It hurt.
Nora.
All right. So I've been trying to keep track, but I lost count. Rough idea. I don't have a move that lets me check its HP, but I do know that Anna said its HP was 250. I've been trying to keep track. Can I check where its HP is?
It's very low.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know.
It's very
it's
hurt.
rough.
All right. So Abby's been pretty on top of this return fire thing, but my poor vines have been shriveling, crisping up, and dying in all this fiery heat. So I'm going to, just because the last thing we need with it looking so weak is for this thing to bust free and jump in our asses, I'm going to recast Hungry Kudzu. I'm out of kudzu seeds, but that's okay, because I have some lovely dog rose vines. Just the kind of roses that you should enjoy, but at this point they spread so fast they are also damn near weeds, just climbing over everything, pulling down all your shit. I got a handful of those in a bunch of different colors, and I chuck those at its feet. Let's see how that works for me. Come on, sunshine. What the fuck you mean? That's fine, whatever. I got a 9.
It's a 7.
Yay!
So nat 1.
So that does 42 damage. Plus minus resistance.
Okay.
And the kudzu kind of withers. It falls apart into ash and charcoal as all these roses just burst out of the ground at this thing's feet. They wrap all around it. They're around its throat. They're around its arms. They're digging in. And just that smell. It's a good thing wraiths aren't hopefully very sensitive to perfume, because it is dizzying. It is overwhelming as they're all in its face.
Perfect. I love that. Tina.
Okay, so just for where Tina's headspace is at, because you had specifically said that she didn't quite clock this transformation behind her, she sees like the fiery hug and then Lucinda breathing. She's like, okay, so she got healed after she was so seriously hurt that the bubble dropped, and now she's like panic breathing because she's just come back from the brink of death. So we'd better kill this wraith, because it's clearly capable of like one hit dropping people. Like, holy shit. Now, I believe that I still have one more slap on that power that goes every round.
Mm-hmm.
So
Correct.
that would take 36, is it, off the top on this wraith?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Because this would be the final. Tina, how do you want to do this?
Tina wants to kick it in the face.
Lord, kick it, Tina.
But like, this is like a full, like, a drawn up, like, roundhouse kick, like her leg and is at, oh no, what's the oblique angle, like where it's weirdly wide, and like there is water behind this, like her foot connects, but so does just a tidal wave of water as she kicks this thing in the face.
So the first time you went to kick it, the wraith kind of shifted and kind of apparized around you. This time it is completely grappled by all of Nora's plants, and it is just strangled there, and your kick cleans straight through the head, just completely just vaporizing the spirit.
Amazing. She's also
Congratulations.
gonna like wipe her foot on the ground, kind of frantically, like, "Oh, get that off."
Amazing. So there's a cool thing that happens here, but we'll do it at the end of the session. But everyone has leveled up. You're now level 2.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
So as the tidal wave comes forward, you would see where Abby, for a moment, is just impressed, and then her eyes turn towards the back of the battlefield where Liliana is, and she runs. And in the same moment of the crash of the water is the impact of where Abby grabs around Liliana, and the flames have just followed her, that golden light, and she's going to do another burn bright here in the golden energy around Liliana. So that'll be 16 points of health.
Yeah, I think time slows down just a moment around the two of them as she catches you. It'll heal me back up to full.
Y'all are cute, but you're making the rest of us feel really fucking single.
Oh.
Just for a moment, kind of, there's the smirk of hearing Lucinda, but just quiet. You okay?
Yeah, most of the damage I took was from my own stuff, so I'm fine. Are you? You took a lot of hits.
I'll be fine after a bit of rest.
You're really impressive.
It's because you helped me get here this far.
Is everyone else okay?
That's where Tina's gonna actually like be back in focus and like kind of run over to Lucinda and be like, "Yeah, are you okay?" And she's like kind of like patting you down all over, trying to find like where is the injury. Like
personal space. I will put a barrier between us. She's just red again.
Are you okay?
I will put a barrier.
Are you okay though?
You are stressing me out again.
Okay.
Breathe. Okay, 1.
Are you okay?
Hold. No talking, just breathing. No, I'm not okay. But just breathe.
It's the way I blush for these characters. And with that, I think it's a perfect segue. We're going to take another 15-minute break. Gentle reminder, everyone, to make sure to hydrate, medicate, stretch, and eat if you haven't already. We'll be back in 15 minutes and see where the story goes. See you then. Okay. So jumping right back in after that climatic fight with the Wraith. Uh it seems one of the threats has been put down. You're here in the basement now. And there are two individuals that show up on the stairs, kind of as you are all kind of getting together and recouping after the fight. The first one is the man in the jade mask. And the second one is a smaller statured woman dressed in a jester's outfit. You hear, yes, right this way. And then stops when he sees all of you. What are you doing down here?
What are you doing with a bunch of people in your basement?
The woman by his side speaks up. I thought I said no hiccups in production. This looks like a hiccup. And you know what happens with hiccups, right, Valentino? Yes, of course. I will take care of it right this instance. You, and there is no you. There's nothing that follows. The girl says, "No, no. One chance is enough. Be gone." She snaps her fingers, and a singularity appears. Spaghettifies, transforms Valentino, and just gone. So, you seem to have killed our little friend here.
Am I to take it that you summoned our little friend here?
Oh, we fed him and built him up. I mean, this is 2.0. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It almost killed us.
I mean, that's relative to your power level.
So I suppose your power level is stronger relative to it?
Yeah, you could say that. So, here I am, frustrated that you've walked into my employer's production and have gotten... Well, no, I should thank you for getting rid of Valentino, really. He was a pain in the ass.
You did most of the getting rid of Valentino. We met the guy for all of 3 seconds.
Give or take.
And for the record, he sent us here.
Huh. Well, it's a good thing I got rid of him. Won't see him anytime soon. Or ever. Anyways, I have a busy schedule that I need to adhere to, so consider yourselves free and lucky that I don't kill you. I've got other more important things to do. But good luck. Congratulations on killing your wraith. There's a couple of vampires out if you want to handle those two.
Vampires aren't yours?
They're the 1.0s.
While this conversation is going on, I know that she's dressed in a jester's outfit, but does she have a mask on?
She does not.
Does her facial structure seem similar to a certain mentor of ours?
No. Very different.
Very different. Okay, cool.
Does it seem similar to anybody else we know?
No.
Right.
She is pretty tiny. She has gray skin. Very very deep reds and blacks for like eyeshadow, just the entire makeup. The foundation itself lends to her gray skin. If you want to know, my name is Lilith. And, well, I don't know what I'm doing wasting my time with you.
I mean,
The
you
boss
seem to have
suits.
wasted our time by having us sent to your creepy basement and making us fight a wraith, so maybe you could give us a little bit more information.
Talking back to me now. It's almost like we don't know our own place. Perhaps I should teach you.
As she says this, a firewall appears as I'm going to use my my searing shield as a barrier. Don't even try.
I would like to size her up as well. Since I'm still standing in the time stream, it's intuition versus either her intuition or resolve.
Okay.
It's not an offensive thing or anything. I'm just trying to get a sense of
Yeah.
her face. That's a 12 for me.
That's a 17.
Okay, that number even tells us a lot. Understood.
It's okay. What does she know? She's not even the employer.
You all feel a very familiar sensation. You've all felt once before, and it is gravity kind of pinning you down. And from behind Lilith, there comes this bright light as Seraphina comes walking casually down the stairs. I should have known it was you, Lilith. Oh, well, if it isn't Sephi. So how you been? And Seraphina says, still working with the abomination. Well, you know how it is. The boss does pay good. And I get all the best jobs. But please, don't let me intervene with this resistance. With this reunion. And there's a moment of like silence and tension between them. Do any of you intervene or say anything?
I'm just taking notes.
Yeah, no,
I
I
am
want to
literally
just
taking
be
notes.
watching their interactions. Is there any... There's definitely history. Is there any way that I could try and get a further read on what type of relationship may have soured?
You can give me an intuition roll to kind of gauge Seraphina's body
It's 12.
gestures.
Can I also do an intuition roll too?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure.
I would like to as well, if it's not too many people doing it.
Nope.
That's 12.
You're all welcome to.
On it. You had one job. You got to get a 12.
I know. It's my best stat.
She's tensing up. She seems to be ready on the defensive. Abby, you notice that right away. Her back heel is down and fixed in a position that she can shift her body as if need be. Outside of that, you could tell that there is maybe more than a rivalry. There's definitely animosity between them.
This situation feels very dangerous. So I haven't done this before, but could I try and push our group out of sync of this moment to kind of remove us from whatever's about to go down between these two?
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what the cost for that is. I don't think Liliana has ever done this with a group before.
Sick. Romy. What's your best stat?
Might and Guts are both max.
Roll me resolve then.
14.
Okay. You focus on everyone around you as the tension escalates between two very powerful people. And time seems to start moving out of rhythm with everything around you. And then it hiccups and starts to creak and break, and you feel like something is going to shift in the wrong direction. You feel yourself losing control of the situation. And it could be that you're all either together at the other side, or all of you are lost to the time stream. You know what that's like.
Are we conscious of this? Moving out of sync?
No, I wouldn't say no. Not until the effect takes place. But as you struggle to kind of hold everything together, it's almost like you feel gentle hands on you in this moment of time being altered in a way that you are not controlling it yourself. And all you hear is focus.
I'm trying.
And instantly, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just said I'm trying.
All of you sink out of time into a manor that is brightly furnished with red carpets. There is leather and upholster furniture everywhere, lavish paintings in the foyer where this basement once was is almost like a small little casino down here.
Okay.
Lily, could you also roll me a d10?
It's a 9.
It's a good roll. Okay, so I'm gonna DM you something.
Ooh, we got whispers going on.
I since I can't whisper, I'll DM you something.
Yeah, I think as we kind of shift here, Liliana kind of drops down to sit on her knees, kind of leaning on her staff that's planted.
Almost immediately, since Abby was nearby, it's like right now, kneeling next to you. What was that?
I wasn't sure what was going to happen, so I pulled us out of that moment. I don't know how long I can hold it though. I saw things though. The two of them, we can talk about it later. I just need to concentrate right now.
And Abby doesn't say anything else, just nods and stays there, being that anchor point and a steady sort of like a physical area to lean on as well.
Nora is just all over the place, looking at things, lifting things, touching things. Like, everybody knows after you finish school with Liliana for a certain amount of time, you know that she just kind of, every so often you look over, oops, she ain't there. She's 20 minutes ago. Give her some time. She'll catch back up with you. It's weird, but you know what? Weirder shit has happened. Not to me, but I'm sure somewhere weirder shit has happened. But like, I at least have never heard that she can move other people. So now it's, how far does this go? Can I touch this? How real is it? I am just having a scientist ball. Y'all are lucky I'm not licking shit is all I'm saying.
Don't go too far. I don't want to accidentally leave you here.
I think she would enjoy that because science.
Just
I've never done this before though, so it's new. Fern helped me though.
now I'm looking around because I see a Fifi and I see a Nut and I see a Pumpkin. I'm just looking for a Fern. Did I miss a pet? I don't know. Maybe you have an invisible pet. But I just know that I am looking on the floor trying to figure out what a fern is because I don't know.
Meanwhile, Abby just has a knowing look, but is more concerned.
You hold this position in time for a while. You're unsure of how much time is actually passing by as you are out of sync. But eventually the strain becomes too much and you feel that it is time to let go. When you do, all of you come back to the basement where you are. The entirety of the basement is scorched, splintered. The bodies that were hanging are like kind of thrown everywhere. And Seraphina is sitting at the bottom step of the stairs, bleeding from the lip, bruised and crying.
Oh, if we've got the stench of like scorched bodies, Tina's gonna be sick again.
How far away would we be appearing?
Just 10 15 feet from Sarah.
Okay, cool. So, with a sort of look of concern, where Liliana is kneeling, Abby will get up and, drawing on some of the remaining stamina that she has, these magical reserves, as she gets closer to towards Seraphina, just a few steps, not like closing the distance, that glow becomes a warmth that the fires almost dance over and start to burn away at some of the injuries. And I will use my burn bright for 16 HP back to Seraphina.
As Abby does that, Liliana gently pushes past her and sits down and hugs Seraphina from the side after what she saw as we slipped through time. Isn't going to say anything, just hugs her from the side.
Nora has just she's wandering around and checking all the bodies. There were at least some survivors when we started that fight. Are there any survivors left now?
No survivors left now.
And so she's going through and she's pulling back every towel and she's checking. She's running her fingers across the inside of their lips. The ones that were alive right before, puts the towels back up, checks. And just sits in the middle and just looks at Seraphine and goes, what happened?
She looks up at you, tears in her eyes, making motions. And she says, try to stop her. I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
I don't want to seem uncaring. She used magic that. And Abby looks over to Liliana, recalling the library and the research that Liliana had done into the family line. She used magic that seemed to be tied to your bloodline. Is there just coincidence there or something more?
She takes a moment to collect herself and breathe in and say, yeah, she's my little sister.
Eyes for a moment kind of go wide, unintentionally looking over to Liliana.
Who does not react.
Okay. Well, that makes things you don't have to apologize for showing mercy. You can still care about someone even if they've done horrible things. That's not a mark against who you are.
There were innocent people here, Abby. I failed them.
You're talking about everyone who was here? I'm sorry, but I don't think that they were much more people with what Nora has told us has been brewing here. They were vessels. And that may be uncouth to say. Maybe there is a way to bring them back. But you didn't see them when we arrived. Vacant. Unresponsive. Thing is that you could have given in to that dark essence inside of you that hurts. But you didn't. You may feel like a failure, but I don't see you as one. Because you chose love, which I think is the harder thing to choose.
Lucinda's gonna, at that, just walk out of the room.
I knew she picked good when she picked you. I'm sorry. I put on a brave face. And I feel like there's so much writing against me that I have to maintain so much, and I can't do it as gracefully as her.
At this, Abby steps forward the rest of the way, kneels down so that way where Seraphina is sitting, they're eye to eye. It's not just you. Like you said, first day of us together, we're a team now. As much as we rely on you, I think it's time you rely on us as well. You don't have to be graceful. You don't have to be perfect. Just be present and be with us.
If this has anything to do with what we've been searching for, then that means that Desteros is behind everything.
Have I heard of this word?
Mm-mm. No one has heard of Desteros.
That shows immediately on Abby's face.
It's time I talk to Mom. Come. I'll portal us there.
Let me go after and get Lucinda first. Make sure she's fine. And as Abby's getting up, turn to Lil and just kind of give a look as if to say, are you okay? You have this.
Yeah, she just gives you a nod, continues sitting there. Kind of
And
still half hugging.
And kind of now putting puzzle pieces together, Abby just gives a nod as well, doesn't say anything else, and will go where Lucinda had walked out of the room. Did you just need a moment, or were you trying to leave?
Nox, you're muted.
I'm trying to leave.
Why?
I can't do this.
What I just
Yeah.
saw proves otherwise.
It doesn't. It proves that this is too dangerous. I'm gonna go ask for a different mentor, a safe mentor.
And just hope that nothing ever happens again.
Until I can go, maybe I'll find the person we stayed with. They'll help me get a nice little place in the forest.
Do you know what I saw today, Lucinda?
What?
I saw you in one of the most chaotic experiences anyone could know. We were fighting a wraith, and you broke free of that thing inside of you. Is that not strength? Something you could develop more? And you're just going to walk away from that?
I don't want to be strong. I'm so tired of being strong and having to contain everything all the time.
Then don't worry.
I have to. You saw what happened. She promised she would be there. She promised she would stop it.
Well then, how about you hear my promise? The same one I told Serafina. I can't promise that the bad things aren't going to happen, and I won't. But I will make sure that the bad things don't affect those that I care about, and that includes you, Lucinda. Whatever happens, you're not fighting this alone, not anymore.
And on the you're not fighting this alone, Lucinda realizes that there was a moment in the battle when you were both in the bubble that Tina pushed Fifi towards you. Fifi's actually still with you, going in circles around your head. Fifi has not left since that moment.
Just want to look up at Fifi and just look. I know we all got put in the same team. It's fine. I'm used to being alone. It's better that way. It's safer that way.
I think we all just saw that I really don't care about being safe.
That's not good. That's That's not healthy. That's not good.
I know my limits, Lucinda. I've worked hard to recognize them, and I push maybe more than I should. And you see that notice of like self-recognition. But that means that I can help you. It's not the same, I know. I'm not thinking it will be, but it means I know the struggles of trying to figure things out. And I know the struggles of trying to put yourself back together when things fall.
It's been 2 years. I kept him inside for 2 years. And in one day of being with all of you, took more control, more than he did the first time.
And you broke out of it.
I didn't break anything. You all broke something. And we were supposed to be focusing on a wraith that was trying to kill us. Instead, everyone was focused on me. I don't want this.
Stick with us until the end of the semester. Finish out this mentorship. And I promise that I'll help you try and find a way to get rid of that thing.
I already know how to get rid of it.
I'll help find a way that doesn't cause you pain like I see right now.
We should go back to Liliana looked like she was not doing so good. Should go worry about her instead.
Abby doesn't say anything else, but she will pointedly wait until Lucinda returns before walking back in.
She'll return.
Yeah.
When everyone is together and around Seraphina says, I will give you time to adjust your bearings and come to, but I need to speak with Mom right now. I trust in all of you and thank you for everything up to now. And she says a phrase. Around her bracelets, they begin to spin and glow, and a big teleportation circle kind of envelops all of you as you start to spin, kind of pushed out of reality for a single instance. When you reappear, you are in this enormous crystalline throne room with 2 tall thrones. One of them sitting the queen of the region, Amethyst Lux, and Seraphina looks up and says, Mom, I need to speak. And that's what we'll end for tonight.
I had a feeling.
So, once again, the system that we're using here is the Valor system. It's amazing. I'm having so much fun. The combat was actually really, really good. I am Optimus Prime, or Jonathan. I say them pronouns. You can find me at JM although I've been out of the Bird app for quite some time. Just been busy on other things and big NDA projects, which I can't talk about anything, but once it comes out, I guarantee everyone's gonna go crazy. So there's that to look forward to in like a year or two. We'll see. But that's it for me. If you're welcome to go in any order you'd like.
Well, now I just have more questions.
I'll say bye. I'm Katie, she, her. We've been playing a Valor system. It's really awesome and fun. I'm on Twitter at the Katie McLean, and oh my god, I'm so excited for next week. Tune in so we can figure out what's going on. Can it be Friday now?
I'll pick up on that because that's kind of the same energy I have. Hi, I'm Faye. I'm speechless of our Valor cliffhanger here. But if you want to see me where I'm not so speechless, I'm over at Little Witch RP. You can find out all about that on the Twitter and at our website, littlewitch.com. But yeah, no, is it Friday yet, please?
All right. Hi, I'm Arnica. I have been Nora. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Hive at ArnicaXRoth. You can find me nowhere else. My streaming cycle is currently done except for this show. So I'm only here, relaxing, chilling like a villain. I'm a good guy, a magical girl. Don't worry about it. I'll see y'all next Friday. It's fine.
Knox.
Sorry, I always try to go last so I don't interrupt people, and I thought Anna still had to go. Hi everyone, I'm Nox. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on social media at Noxternal_7. Where you can find me is here tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the penultimate episode of the show that I GM, School of the Stars, which is based on the Kids on Broom system. You can also find me on Tuesday here again at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Inspiriles, which is sponsored by Hatchling DM or Hatchling Games, and it uses sign language and the power of belief and Arthurian legend, and it's super, super fun, and it's our finale, and I'm not emotionally ready to say goodbye to these characters. And then Wednesday, you can find me on the initiative order playing Inferno, where my character Alma is traversing through hell, and they're now in the first circle, and I think we're about to have like a boss fight with King Minos. I'm not ready. And then I'm back here Friday.
Awesome, and I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. You can find me on most social media, including Twitter, while it's not burning, at Archival Dust Bun. As far as where to find me, let's do a very quick abbreviated. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Ballad of Seven Dice for Nostradamus Core Phantom Ice. It is our brand new Lancer mini campaign. This Saturday, tomorrow night, you can find me over on Lost Caravan for a very special episode of Pathfinder that we can't talk about until game time. But if you want to know what the secrets are, come and find out tomorrow evening. Saturdays, aside from tomorrow night, you can find me on Lost Caravan with Fatal Ascension, our Fabulous Ultimate campaign. It is a JRPG, TTRPG. I play another character who messes with time, but she does it very differently. She's a time assassin, so approaches everything very differently. And we have an amazing cast of characters and players over there for that, and it's so much drama. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, check it out. If you like giant mechs, sci-fi, and war stories, check out Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast. We've been described as if Battlestar Galactica had its own red versus blue. So if any of that sounds interesting, find us anywhere you normally get your podcast, and on Twitter at RT Omnicron. And of course, check out Emergent Code Pod, an upcoming queer and trans-led Animon story podcast taking cues from Digimon Tamers and Digimon Survive. Our first trailer is up on our Twitter account at Emergent Code Pod. We are doing this entire month featuring all of our characters so you can learn more about them. We have some bonus content going up at the end of May. And then in June, we will have our 2-part extra long premiere anywhere you normally get your podcast. But give us a follow at Emergent Code Pod to stay up to date with that.
Awesome. Once again, if you got a story to tell, check out the Creator app. It's on the Bird app. The link should be right below. Also, the link to our YouTube is right there. So if you've missed any episodes, it's a great. There's so many good shows there. Just do yourself a favor when you have time. Just sit down, pull up a drink, watch some VODs. It's great. I guarantee you're gonna have a great time. But as always, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Appreciate your time with us as we tell these amazing stories. And we're gonna go ahead and raid out to Ryu. So come join us as we show one of our founders some love.